Hello, right, welcome to episode 2 of Let's Play SunnySide, brought to you here by RainyGames. If you're new to this series and think, what's this? Don't worry, you've only got one episode to go and catch up on. So this series is basically a way for us to play through SunnySide and show you all the cool things that are happening through the game, highlighting the things that have been changed between builds as well, as the game is still developing. So in episode 1 we had Callum as our guest, product manager on the game, and for today's episode I've got a very special treat for you all. Joining us is a face that many of you will recognise and love, is Rainy. How you doing?
Hi, hello, hi, yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, we are here to play some SunnySide and talk about stuff outside and inside of SunnySide. I think this would be the first time that we might talk about, actually like my hobbies potentially.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be the first to go through. But yeah, no, I was just complaining to Ben about the version that Callum played. To be fair, we have not been doing builds, which means making the game playable, for a while. So he really didn't have any choice. But this version of the game is gonna look very different to what Callum played and what you guys remember from the alpha, and that is why. Also, I feel like I'm stealing the spotlight here as the host. You're the host. I'm not the host, but I'm kind of used to being the host.
I was gonna say, you know the game a lot better than I do. Yeah. Yeah. No, Rainy is here to show us through some special developer developness. Giving your insight and what you've been working on, like how the game just looks so much better than you'll have seen it last time. So there's gonna be some exciting, pretty little things to see, I'm sure.
Before we get into the meat of it, I think, unfortunately, and I'm gonna complain about this. I would love to show the character creator, but we cannot because we have plans for you all. Very exciting plans. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go make a character through the new character creator, and then we'll come back with the new character in the game. For you guys, it'll just be a split second, but for us, we're just gonna go for 10 minutes. So
magic of editing.
Magic of editing. See you guys in the game. Hi, we're back. That should have been just a second for you guys, but we've been here for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Looking at the great new character creator.
Oh yes. I mean, look at my character. I know we can't show the character creator, but I mean, this is a very good looking character.
It is.
If I say so myself. Actually, you know what? I can, because most of it was done by our lovely modelers. I would say the backpack looks weird and wonky. You can see kind of jagged on the left. Because this is the old backpack that's not fitting the new character. They did make a new new backpack, but I've been lazy and I haven't imported it yet. So that's on me, 100%. But here we are, SunnySide, version 0.18.
And it looks stunning.
You can see an FPS average now at the top, but you can judge us for it. But I'm still under whack. Yeah. But here we are. So I mean, I obviously been two things. So obviously I've been working in this, so I am much more familiar with everything that's been changed. So it's not that big of a difference to me. But you have not seen it, so if you have like new areas that you want me to cover, let me know, because something that might just look normal to me be like, oh, this is completely new, we've never seen this before. So future that. But also, I don't play the game like a normal person at all, because I just have a debug menu which I can open, but I'm not gonna. Maybe if we're gonna show a feature, but not right now. So this is gonna be like first in a few months that I can actually sit down and play the game normally.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Yeah, like I say, I bet like working it all the time, then getting the chance to just sit down like this is gonna be good. But yeah, I mean already now I can see how different it is compared to what I spend most of my time, getting marketing footage in and stuff like that. It's yeah. I sometimes feel bad because I feel like we're not feeding you enough to use for marketing, because like we're looking at this and we see a lot of like improvement and things looking prettier, but I'm like, but Ben doesn't have that. So the poor thing's just gonna grab stuff that are old. Yeah.
But this is gonna go on Steam for you guys. Not you guys. You guys. So you can grab footage from it for socials at least.
Nice. So yeah, so the community, you'll be able to see more of the look of this version of the game soon. So I wonder. I don't know if it'll. Maybe by the time we put this out, maybe who knows. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. At this point, I would be cheating to get some food because my energy is running out. But I realized I can't cheat, so I guess we'll run to Sako to grab some food, or we could forage for some berries. I don't know if I actually. I think I turned off the berries, so. Okay, that's not gonna help me. Yeah,
no,
I turned off the berries. Beautiful.
Nice. Oh well.
I blame.
Excuse to go to the shops.
Yeah, we go to the shops. I hope that works because I don't know if I that either. Because like this is fresh out of the oven. Actually, right before I got into the call, Ben was waiting for me to compile it and all those fancy programming words to be able to play it. So I don't know what I've broken. I mean, Gabe is just standing there, so I think it's gonna be fine. Hopefully.
Ominously standing. I love the gates. I've not seen those yet. To be fair, the gates are nice. I mean, in all the trees as well. The whole thing just looks more.
It does.
Dense, but like in a good way. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to me for the models. I would say that.
Nice.
I'll give myself credit for that. For the trees, I made those. Except for this bamboo. This is from a pack we got. No shame in admitting it. I guess that's how you say it. English isn't my first language. Okay, leave me alone. But big shout out to Sydney for putting out all the foliage. This build is gonna have something extra special for you guys, and that's gonna be like a bunch of interiors that have been put together. That was like something that everybody's been asking for since the beginning. Obviously, unfortunately, as game development goes, that's one of the last things you do. Well, at least in the case of our game. But shout out to Liz and Laura in the team for putting those together. We'll be seeing them shortly. Actually, I'm going to go to Sako's and you're going to get a glimpse of the new interiors. But as soon as I eat something, we can continue with the foliage stuff. Yes.
And like the colours as well just pop so much more. Like I'm loving the vibrancy of it.
All right, so Sako's sitting there, so I'm just going to interact. There we go. She goes, I was waiting for that. She is so annoying, like with the programming side of things. She always just
slides
leaves
in and then gets out of there. Don't want to deal with you today.
And
no,
then she's...
no, okay.
All right. Oh yeah, new shop menus. I think we showed it during the Halloween thingy that we had. But yeah, I can actually buy some food now, so I'm just gonna.
Nice. I love the art. Very pretty.
Yeah, so just gonna get some food. Twist bread's a good one. I don't remember how many energy points we put in there for it to return to you, but I get some beef steak which we can cook. This is cheap, and I have a lot of money, so get a bunch of stuff. Actually, why not?
Yeah, just splash out on food.
Yeah, just like real life.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Sako always likes to just ditch.
Run away, yeah.
None of the other NPCs do, but she just loves to leave. So this is still, some of it is under progress or under development, as well as the fact that some of these assets need to be changed, especially like some of the paintings and stuff. But I mean, Sako now has an upstairs that you can go to, like a full-on upstairs with like.
This is why she's running away, because she's got all this space to explore it now.
She
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Yeah.
They've done a really good job with the detail. We are missing some of the decorations and like what would be filling these like cabinets and like this place.
Stuff, yeah.
But like the details are cool. Like I saw these toilet rolls earlier, and I was like, damn, that's actually kind of cool.
I love that.
But now that I have food, I'm just gonna quickly eat that.
I like the coat on the hook as well. That's a nice touch, yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, it is the little things. Hell yeah, nice. Well done. Well done, you guys. I'm proud. Thanks for ditching Sako. Right, I have energy back. So we can go cut some trees. So that is actually the latest thing that I've added to the game, which is cuttable. Well, most of the foliage is now cuttable. And I was just telling Ben that I made all of the bamboos in the world cuttable, which we're probably gonna optimize and not go with all of them.
Yeah.
Because there's 16,000 running bamboo and 16,000 bunching bamboo. So the game at the start of every day needs to process about 30,000 bamboos. And I don't think you guys ever gonna need that much. And it's like grabbing stuff from like top of the mountains and stuff. So we're gonna just fix that. But thankfully the game didn't crash, which I'm quite proud of. But for instance, I can go here and with new tool, machete. You use it to cut bamboo.
Cool.
And yeah, I mean I can cut down all of these bamboo. What the? Holy shit.
It's too powerful. It's a powerful machete. Oh my gosh.
That's really funny. I think it's because of how dense they are next to each other. But yeah. Another thing that we did actually recently is that every time you cut down a tree, no matter the tree type, it would just it's because it has a different type in there. There's like duplicates inside of each other. That's why. I see. Okay, good.
That'll be why there's so much bamboo, yeah.
Anytime you cut a tree before, in the previous builds, you would just get like a very specific type, a randomization of softwood and hardwood. But we changed it so that you get softwood from very specific types of trees and you get hardwood from other trees. So, I mean, you can see currently I just managed to get softwood and no hardwood. That would be, I think, maple. Let's try. Just gonna cut this one by the post office. Sorry guys. Oh, that fell pretty gently. No, it's all softwood. All right, we'll leave this. And oh yes, cypress. That is hardwood. I'm pretty sure. Putting that data early. And you guys might notice new sound effects. A lot of the sound effects have gotten a bit of an update. That is a big boy.
That is. Ooh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, I think I can. Oh, okay.
No, okay.
Thank you.
I found that happened to me so many times before. I think I made social content on that actually. It's quite funny, but yeah.
It is pretty funny sometimes when it goes. God, how long does this take? This I don't like. I want to fix this because you just kind of hit it from one side and it just goes away. That was all softwood too. Where's all the hardwood? I need some hardwood. I don't remember what type of trees gives you hardwood.
It's nice seeing all the variations of trees because again, like I think this is a new thing. Like just like you've got the really small thin ones, and then you got the like that massive one. You just cut down it.
Yeah.
The variety is really nice now. It adds life.
It does. Yeah. It does add a lot to it. Ooh, actually, you know what? We didn't remove the decorations from Halloween from Gaze's place, so
nice.
You can still see the little pumpkin boys here. This is where we took the photo for that piece of art that we had.
Nice.
That we posted so many times on socials.
I mean, it's good art. You got to do it. I can't say anything because I know full well I've still got some pumpkins set outside my house from having trick-or-treaters around. Yeah. We
didn't do it to begin with. I 3D printed a pumpkin that had the SunnySide logo on it, and it was on the stream. It's too far for me to go get, but yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with the 3D printer.
Nice.
Actually, let me show you this. This is from... Hold on. We'll do something pretty cool. So you guys see this little thing right here? And then there you go.
Nice.
I put some...
That's sick.
Okay, USB cable. We don't look underneath because it's a bit messy. But yeah, I printed it, and thanks Ken for the model. That was from the game. For free. I got it 3D printed. But no, it's cool to just get all the items from the game 3D printed, and then I'm a bit scared of sharing anything about them because I don't want people to just immediately go, "Oh, merch, figure, SunnySide lantern figure." No, it's just like a little hobby that I have that I do on the side.
I know if I had a 3D printer, it would be dangerous. I would be spending far too much money getting the materials and just printing anything and everything.
Yeah, it can. It's a bit of a slippery slope. Oh god, look at all this wood
that you've launched across the map. Yeah, 3D printer. I've got friends who've got 3D printers and use it to make cosplays and stuff like that, and I just watch it like I wish I could do that. It looks cool, but
there's actually the other Ben which is very fun because so many of you have the name
There's
Ben.
a lot of us.
The other Ben at Merge, our producer, he's really into 3D printing. I didn't know that because I was just telling him about like I got a new one and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, what kind?" I do resin printing. And yeah, no, that was cool. I feel like after COVID specifically, a lot of people, and especially since a lot of the equipment got a lot cheaper, a lot of people really got into it. And just, you know, the bar for entry kind of got really low, so a lot of people jumped on, which is great. I'm gonna do some actual farming before I go to bed. So.
Well, whilst we're here with you farming, I'll take this chance to go through some questions. So, throughout the past week, I've been just asking people on the Discord server if there's any questions you'd like to ask Rainy. Just in general, I want to start doing this with future guests as well, sort of opening up a bit of like a Q&A that we can do in these sessions, just asking different things you want to know. So going through some of these questions, let's have a look. So McNugs, which is an incredible name, I love that so much, asks, how would you describe a day in the life of Rainy?
That's interesting. Right, so I did look at the questions, but I actually forgot a lot of them, and I did want to forget them so that I can get surprised by them. So I can't think of an answer beforehand. Life of Rainy. I wake up at an undisclosed time. It's really random, especially it kind of gets out of whack after we have like streams or we have really long days of meetings. I try to get up around 8 in the morning or 7 sometimes, but sometimes it's like 2 in the afternoon, and it doesn't help that half of the team is in the States. And then we have a new member from Australia. We have a bunch of people from South America. So we're all scattered around the world. So I try to stay on a good UK time, because kind of time of day really affects my productivity. When I wake up in the morning, I feel like really active and productive, and I can get to work. Especially useful because most of the team is from the States. I have some peace and quiet, and I can work before everybody piles up on me and ask questions and for meetings and stuff. So it's really good when I can stick to that. But sometimes it gets out of whack because we have like a game night that I want to participate in. So I stay up longer, and then it gets out of control. But that's it. I usually wake up. Let's say today. Let's look at. Yesterday was actually a really productive day. Woke up at 8, and then I jumped in a call with Charles, our newest member in the team. He's like a second programmer. It's actually going to help me finish this game. So the game's really dark, or my screen. Hold on, go to settings. And then we pretty much worked on. We worked on animals, all the new stuff for animals, which I might get into in a bit. And then after that, we were working pretty much until 3. After that, a bunch of the other team members woke up and joined us in the call, so we started chatting about some other stuff. And then I had a meeting with you guys, Sydney and I had a meeting with you guys. Thankfully, Sydney attended most of the meeting, so I could, take a break from that and actually work on the build. And then we continued working pretty much until 6, so from 8 to 6. But I had 2 more meetings at 6, and then 7, and then 8. And then after that, I just I played some Overwatch, and I went to bed.
Nice.
And then I woke up, and now here I am. I'm gonna be working. It's a lot of work. It's not just me. A lot of team members are the same. We're working very, very long hours every day. But game deving is hard, especially when you want to release the game in a reasonable amount of time with the little amount of pre-production we had. But that's it. I mean, a lot of work and a lot of cooking sometimes, because I love cooking.
Nice.
And sometimes here and there some video games, either with members of the team or with my girlfriend that I neglect a lot. Sorry, I love you. Lauren.
Actually, I have no idea how you do it, like working across like not even like 3. It's like I don't even know how many different time zones now, but because there's like multiple in America, isn't there? So I don't know how you do it. It baffles us how you can do all this. It's incredible.
Thank you.
But,
yeah. Oh wow. I also think the big thanks goes to all the team members that makes it easier, make it easier to do this. We a lot of people in the team don't need that much direction when it comes to like something new to do. So it makes it easier for us because there's a lot where we can just give them to do without having to, do a lot of overseeing, let's say, on it. All right, I just bought some seeds that are going to arrive tomorrow.
Cool.
I miss cheating. Yeah. There's one thing, though, that we have to cheat. It's just that we just can't play the game otherwise for. I usually, for the QA, I put like a house and a bed over there, but we don't have a bed. So we're going to have to build one quickly. So I'm going to do that. I hope this works. I haven't tested day passing with all this new foliage.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah.
40,000 of them. The game could break right now. We could cut right now to a different version of the game. Who knows? You see the frame rate? 8 frames. Come on.
Oh,
and it's done. We're back.
Nice.
Yes.
SunnySide prevails.
God. 30,000 foliage interactable in the world right now. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. We were saying, like, if it stays like this, I'm definitely going to find myself just going through and, like, purging the land. I like the challenge. Like, I just looking at that there,
deforestation.
Like, yeah. Gosh.
I actually don't know if SunnySide is going to deliver my package because... Oh, no. Good.
Oh, nice.
It worked. I was going to buy strawberries, but I didn't have enough money and I can't cheat. Oh, I just cheated. I'm not going to cheat anymore. That button, I just kind of pressed this just without thinking because running around, is a bit slow.
It's the Barry Allen, the fastest man alive feature.
Yeah, Barry Allen. I just realized that this is gonna tip a lot of people off, but I did not plan this out too well. I don't do this in Stardew. Trust me, I'm a good farming game player. I know how to do this properly, but
I was saying this to Callum last time. My OCD is just like whenever I'm playing games like this and I'm organizing my farm or whatever, it has to be perfect. I can't.
It's the planning is half of it, right?
Yeah.
Which is why we have the blueprint system. I guess that's where it came from, to be able to plan.
Which I love so much. It just
it
really sort of helps with my my need to plan everything.
I mean, we're definitely not the first game to do it. I feel like it was something that came out of a lot of survival games like The Forest.
Yeah.
Where you can put down a blueprint and then you slowly build it. But it is a very good system. It just being able to plan out stuff is very, very useful and not commit to it. That's a big problem I have in Stardew is that I end up either using for those of you who play Stardew religiously, the website that allows you to plan your farm layout before you actually commit to it in the game. But without like third-party tools, it's very hard to plan things in Stardew, I feel like. So just kind of borrowing that system from other games really helped. SunnySide. Yeah. I have enough stuff. Okay, I just need to wait for it to fill up. There we go. Goes up. I'm trying to plant these cherry trees, but...
Let's have a look at what other questions we've got. Programming. Yeah, let's go into programming. There we go. Some of my words. Programming.
Yeah.
So Rebecca asks, what has been the most difficult challenge you faced in programming SunnySide?
I also found a bug. I had 4 cherry seeds and then I planted one and they're all gone now.
Nice. There you go. The joys of
Sorry, ask the question again because that totally took me off.
What has been the most difficult challenge in programming SunnySide?
Oh, that's... I wish I thought about this before. the biggest challenge in making SunnySide. I'm trying to think what is like the one area that is really ecosystem. That has been the bane of my existence for the longest time. You know, we fixed it a while back, so that's why it didn't come to mind immediately. But again, for people who played alpha, you all remember the very first version, the Kickstarter backer alpha, especially not the backer kit one, because that we had some time to fix things by then. But the Kickstarter one, especially the first one that went out, I feel really bad for some of the streamers on YouTube that were waiting to play the game right as it came out, and they did, and they opened the game and there were no trees in the world. So the exact system that is like working really well for like 30,000 trees, this is like a very good stress test, was breaking back then. So essentially the ecosystem code, what it does is that at the start of every day, it collects all of these trees, ages them, so that if you have any stumps in the world, they go away, or if you have any like younger trees, they grow. Does that, and then also makes them interactable when you get close enough to them. So that system wasn't working for the longest time. So like trees wouldn't come back, or they would just not go away, and then it was quite a bit of a mess. But yeah, no, we solved it. But I think other than that, probably NPCs, routines and all that stuff. So you would tell an NPC to do something and they would just not do that at all, or go do something else in the day, or just kind of get lost somewhere.
Yeah.
AI has been a big kind of issue, but we're changing some stuff, most of them have been fixed, so that's good. And you guys also remember, if you played the alpha, from a lot of the farm animals did weird things that they don't do anymore, thankfully. Yeah, but yeah, NPCs and ecosystem, those were the biggest problems.
I know, because I did like a games course at uni, and I know when we had to like first use UE4 and stuff like that, and they'd get us to try and make AI, and it was the most frustrating thing ever.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to do what you want and things like that. So times that by like 1,000,000 for this, but
yeah. We are now kind of using it. We were working on it yesterday with Charles, and what it does that is interesting, the AI, the animal AI, is that there's just enough randomness that it adds, so to speak, personalities to these animals. In the kind of under the hood, the AI for the animals works really simply, but I mean, a lot of you guys don't know that. So what ends up happening is that you just kind of, your brain fills in the gaps. And then instead of saying, oh, this chicken is doing something really stupid, that is just, the programming is crap, instead of saying that, your brain is like, oh, that chicken is mischievous, and it's like blocking the other ones from going outside. So just like these little things adds a lot of personality to the AI, which is crazy. Look at Gabe. What was he doing there? I did see that. I'm going to take a photo with him.
This is like my favorite spot of him. To like, he always just chills out here and just looks too cool, leaning on the
He does
wall.
look too cool. Just giving me the side eye. Camera's too dark, man. Oh, all right, we don't want to do that. But yeah, I'm actually gonna use the drone to go around. At this point, I would go to 5, and then I would upgrade my drone, but no cheats. At least I have all these customizabilities. So I'm just
Funkin' Donut. I love the donut one.
Funkin' Donut with chicken. Then we go look at some real chickens with it.
Nice. You're confused then. Why is there a flying chicken?
That would have been funny if they could react to it, but don't have time. Don't give me ideas. Yeah, I just made a lot of money by selling a lot of wood, which is kind of broken, so we need to adjust the price of the wood, but yeah. Right, what should I do? I should really build. That's my favorite thing to do in the game. But, you know, actually, I forgot to do this, so I'm going to quickly speed. Not to waste any time. But I was going to go upstairs at Gabe's, because, like, how many people have seen that? Some of you remember, like, going up here and there's nothing.
It's just empty,
but
yeah.
quite a lot. This is Lucy's room, actually.
Nice.
Which is funny. So like what I just mentioned earlier about some of the assets having their textures changed that we're gonna do, but we haven't done that yet. So it's really funny to look at these paintings. It says, "Do not forget your past." Just like, what? Who made this? What were they
It's
thinking?
like those T-shirt, like I always look on like clothing websites, and you get those T-shirts where it's obviously been like translated from some wherever the T-shirt was made or designed, and you get things like,
and it just doesn't make any sense.
yeah, really random phrases like "live your best life," "go forever," and it's like, what? What do you mean?
You know, there's actually the opposite of that as well, where you like find a really nice T-shirt with like it's usually actually I've seen it with like Arabic as well, which I can read but I don't understand. But I've seen it mostly with Asian languages, so Far East languages like Chinese or Japanese. So you don't know what it says, but you're like, oh, the characters look pretty, so I'm gonna wear it, and then you end up translating it, and it just says diarrhea. So it goes both ways,
Yeah.
and it's just really funny. I've seen a lot of people getting tattoos with Arabic that just make absolutely no sense.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, think about what you're doing before you go and do that. Come on.
I really want to just take a photo through this window. It's quite pretty. But I realized I broke the camera because every time I take a photo now and I press continue, it's going to open Squirrel. And that is now my photo for my profile, so I'm not going to do that.
It's alright. It's a good job Gabe moved, because I think it'd been worse if your profile picture was a picture of Gabe out of a bedroom window.
You know,
Yeah.
the problem is people can and will do that. So I just might as well let him do it. I'm gonna just go explore around on the other side of the town. Actually,
Go for it.
who's that sitting? Is that Hero? Yeah, Hero's just sitting over there with Lucy. Quite nice. We have new water that just looks so much better than what it did before. Actually, I'll go highlight an area that just looks really pretty, which is around the area that is an onsen. We always talked about it, but there was never anything to show, and it's not finished, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything. But the water just looks fantastic in that area. Also, town hall.
Nice.
Town hall.
Nice.
Oh, Kickstarter backers. This is where your name's gonna go. Let me show you guys that. That'll be fun. There we go. So we're gonna put your names on these, and then this will be for the super high tier ones. So Kyle's gonna be there, although he pretty much works for us at this point. And then this is just gonna be like history bits about the town and stuff. But a shout out to Liz for doing this. It's great work. They do amazing.
I like that.
To grab the ledge. It's getting dark. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the onsen and it doesn't have any lights in it. So we're gonna travel back home. Maybe go through the clinic while we do that. Which has a lot of users of waifu in there, which is Hanako. I don't know if Callum is still very much fond of Hanako or not. Oh, she's stuck. Yes, we can talk with her.
Nice. I can't remember. It's one of them.
What the hell is that? Listen to the copy.
That's the kind of stuff you get on a t-shirt. That's it.
Who put this there? I know who did this. It's Laura, because she did another thing. And Laura, you do fantastic work, but I have to mention it because it's really funny. 2 words. Bathroom salmon. Now, what is bathroom salmon? So we were going through this building, just looking around, praising how well everybody's been doing their work. So this is the clinic, right? Hold on. I'm going to cheat just because of the fact that it's important. There we go. Just changing the time of day. So pretty clinic, you have these really, really nice looking rooms and everything. But then there's a toilet, obviously, in the clinic. And then right here next to this flower was a bowl of raw salmon. So we were just like, why did you put salmon in there? So that just became the meme, bathroom salmon. So now we have bathroom salmon. Also, this pizza came from an asset pack, right? This pizza box, but it says boneless chicken on it. And I specifically asked Ren to change that to just boneless pizza because it's pizza. So.
Nice.
If you see boneless pizza, that's pizza. Can I jump through this? Oh, that doesn't have collision. All right, well, we need to fix that. But yeah, clinic, pretty cool. Now I'm gonna set the time back to what time it actually is. So. But yeah, here's the story of bathroom salmon for you.
I love that.
I know everybody's been waiting to hear that. Yeah, I'm gonna run back to the farm and sleep so that we can continue with the rest of this tomorrow. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna recycle this recyclable plastic. I remember during alpha, so many people were confused as to where the hell did this come from, because it just kind of appears in your inventory. It comes from, and we did explain this, so everybody understood after, but if you eat something with a wrapper, which the Twist Spirit has, it gives you recyclable plastic right up there, because
Nice.
it's just the wrapper. So
Yeah.
you need to recycle that, which we're gonna do. I guess you could go to the inventory and like discard it too if you want to, but I mean,
Recycling.
you'd be throwing away.
Yeah.
You'd be throwing away like stuff that you could get otherwise. It's gonna take 30 minutes, so I'm gonna stand here. While it
Nice.
happens. Oh yeah, throw me a question while we wait.
Yes, let's do that. Let's have a look. So Jackpot asked, in the beginning, the environments. So when the game sort of started, the game, like the environment had a drawn style, a bit like Breath of the Wild and Genshin Impact. And how come you went for a more realistic style, sort of like what we've got today?
Yeah, that's a good question, because that painted style was actually not something intended or something good. Let me explain. So back then it was just me, and I didn't have the best assets, and also I wasn't as skilled as I was now as just programmer. So with the little assets that I had, I put an effect on top of everything called Kuwahara. That is an effect that makes things look painterly, essentially. We still have that effect for the sky, so if you look at the clouds, especially, like, I mean, the moon is very visible. You can kind of see the painterly effect, and if I change this to day, you can see the cloud wisps also have that kind of splatter effect. So that's Kuwahara. And because my assets weren't good, I just put that everywhere. And he made it look kind of painterly. The problem was, all of you guys were seeing that through the lens of a video that I made. Actually playing that was just nauseating, because everything was blurry. It was just like you couldn't see well. So that was never the intention, honestly. What I always wanted to do to make a game out of, which I guess we kind of succeeded. I always loved it when games would pick a super stylized style of game, like models, art, and all that, mix that with super realistic looking effects, and then you get some really cool results out of that. A game that did that, which unfortunately has a lot of controversy around the developer now, so I don't know what's happening with it. I think it got cancelled or something. There was this game called The Last Night, I think, and it was pixel art, but it had super realistic weather and effects, and it just looked so pretty. I think Octopath Traveler also kind of does it, when you have the pixel art characters, but then really realistic camera angles that also make it look like a real world kind of like piece in front of you. So I always wanted to do that, and then once we had a team and budget and everything, I finally could do that. So that's pretty much where that comes from. Is that painterly style was, one, never intended, and two, was never good. And I think now I would argue that we're closer to that Breath of the Wild kind of style when it comes to like foliage, especially, versus back then when the Kickstarter was going on, or before it started.
Yeah. Cool. I can say that. I mean, the look of it now is stunning. So like, I've got no complaints. It's very
Shout out to everybody in the team. But I think what I've done is the atmosphere, and I think it works pretty well. We had to fight really hard to keep these clouds, these volumetric clouds in the game, because they are pretty expensive. And I said this before, I don't think we're gonna have the volumetric clouds in Switch. We're gonna have to just switch them to the 2D version. But on PC, you're gonna have them absolutely. Which is why I always recommend everybody to get SunnySide on PC if you can. But I know a lot of you love to play it on Switch, so that's fine. And yes, we're working on it, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't be sending you guys keys for it a while back. Where am I going? Oh yeah, onsen.
You were gonna go onsen. Yeah. Let's go there.
Gonna take a while. So if you want to shoot me another question while we run over there.
Let's slip another one in.
I'll go through this pretty path here.
how hard is it to not give in to feature creep? You know, are there any areas that you find it? Are there any areas that you find it harder than others?
Yeah. Very difficult. But what I realized is that, you know, a tiny amount of feature creep is almost necessary if you want the project to evolve naturally. And what I mean by that is sometimes those features that you kind of come up with to add end up changing things in a way that is just so much easier to implement. It's going to save time. It's going to save production. And it's just going to work so much better. So a little bit of feature creep is a very good idea. But obviously giving into all of them, you're just not going to do that. So which ones are more difficult? Anything to do with stuff that sounds useless is my weakness. What I mean by that is like adding a feature where when you're sitting on the adding a feature when you hold the camera to take a selfie of yourself, NPCs behind you would react to it. That is such a little thing, and it's not going to change gameplay in any way, but those kind of stuff are always the most interesting to me to add.
Yeah.
Or like being able to have filters that you put on your face through camera mode. Again, we need to focus on animals, make sure their AI works, but I find working on that more interesting sometimes. Just like the minute detail, those are the hardest for me to say no to. And the problem is most of the time when it comes to feature creep, those are the stuff that come up most often. Those like little things that you can add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be the exact same. Things like that, because little details like that just add so much life and quirkiness and everything. And I would want to just do as much as I can, but that's obviously the problem with being a game dev, and you've got
the problem is you've got to find out amount of time and a final amount of money. Yeah. So before I get there, a little disclaimer: this is underwork. You guys will be able to tell because stuff are poking out of the landscape. And like, there are those bridges floating over there. But I just want to showcase the water because of just how good it looks.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
No, I don't have the water on. Oh, man. I guess we didn't have a water volume for this area. I came all the way over here for nothing.
It's all right. A future stream, a future post.
Yeah, it's okay, though, because I have another place that I can go to that has... Oh, God. Something similar. Yeah, the ragdoll is back because I have way too much fun with it to say no to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna run to the other area. I can't speed it up again.
Let's see what other questions I've got.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Question from me. It's a simple one. What's your favorite game?
Oh God.
Yeah, that's a simple but hard question.
I don't have a favorite game.
Yeah.
I have a favorite list of games.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do my top 10. How about that?
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. Let me stop this speed up situation so that we can actually... There we go. So this is what I wanted to show everybody. Like this is so cool. Or just how it works.
Yeah.
Just so pretty with the water just getting into. Right. Top 10 favorite games. At the top of the list, and I think this one is the one that I can say with confidence, is the Mass Effect series.
Nice.
I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. Getting a tattoo for it sometime soon.
Nice.
Actually, it was going to be a birthday present for my girlfriend, but I opted in for a 3D printer instead. so I need to pay for that myself. Priorities, I know. Specifically 2. I absolutely love that game. Funny enough, I started playing 2. I got it on Xbox. I started playing it. I hated it. 2 years later, I was bored to play a game. And then I was like, what should I play? And I just found Mass Effect at the end of the pile, and I just played it, and I loved it.
Nice.
So yeah, Mass Effect is at the top. I think right after that would be Witcher.
Yes.
Which is what I have a tattoo for.
Nice.
And yeah, no, love that game. Witcher 3 specifically.
I'm halfway through that.
It's such a good game. Yeah. It's with everything that kind of came CD Projekt's way. I think they did a really good job with Witcher. And I would say I still stand by the fact that they also did a fantastic job with Cyberpunk. it wasn't the game that it could have been. I do admit that the story could have been so much more. But what they did achieve, it was amazing. By the way, that tree just popped out of existence. So yeah, Witcher. And then after that, I would put The Last of Us Part 1.
Yes.
I think it's probably one of the best stories told in game form. Part 2, I'm not going to share my comments about Part 2 because everybody judges you for that. If you say you love it, people hate you. If you say you hated it, people will hate you because there's very strong opinions on both sides of this argument. So Part 2, I'm not going to touch, but Part 1 was my favorite and I loved it and it was amazing. God, that's like number 3, right? Let's do top 5. I'm not going to do top 10. This is hard because I'm thinking of a million games in my head. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Nice, yeah.
Let's do Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I think it's a marvel of game design. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just such an amazing form of just what this media can be. Yeah, I think it's one of the best games ever made. And then lastly, the thing is, I'm thinking of all these games I grew up with. Like, I'm a huge Sonic fan, for example. But I'm not going to say it's like one of my all-time favorite games. It's just something I grew up with, and I love Sonic to death. But, you know, it's an okay game. It's just Sonic. So, God, what should I say for my 5th most loved game? That's a tough one. Oh, God. How could I forget? Persona
there you go. Perfect. Yeah.
My God. Yeah. I would actually move stuff down and put Persona at number 3.
Nice.
Or like equal to Witcher. Persona 5 is my all-time favorite, but I wasn't one of those people that started with Persona 5. I actually started with Persona 4 on the PS Vita, which, you know, it was a great console, RIP. But yeah, Persona 4 was my first one. I absolutely loved that game. And then played it for long hours. Persona 5 came out, and oh my God, that just changed the whole game. And, you know, I mean, it's not a secret to anybody that I'm a sucker for good UI. And Persona 5 is just like some of the best UI that you ever see. Not just in gaming, but just in the world. It's such an amazing game. I love Persona 5.
Sick.
There you go. That's a long answer to that question.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's a good list. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
I need to drink. I need to eat more bread. Come on, let me break this. There we go.
Nice.
Ah, finally. God, stamina's difficult in this game. I need to tell the devs to fix that. I think I already watered everything. Yeah, I have. Okay. People are gonna judge me in the team for playing the game like this. I'm really playing it terribly. I need to stop building.
Like I say, it's tough when you go from like making the game for so long to then going back and playing it. So I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm gonna build, and you know, I haven't added collision to grass, so that's good, which means I don't have to clean up all of this farm.
Nice.
But you guys, when the game comes out, I'm sorry, you will have to clean your farm before you can build on it. It's just part of the whole thing, you know? It's part of the whole farming experience. Alright, we'll just put it in this corner.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd say, yeah, that's like the perfect place for putting a house in it.
Yeah. Inside of the grass.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna put some lights around as well so it's not so dark at night.
Yeah, I like getting some night, because with like the hills behind there, you can get some really nice aesthetic screenshots. Yeah. Which you can see on our Instagram account if you want to look at some pretty SunnySide pictures, which will be even prettier when we start getting some content off of this build.
Yeah.
Go check it out there.
Yeah. I do follow I mean, obviously I follow the Instagram, which I have admin for it, but yeah, no, I love some of the pictures you've been posting on there. Instagram's a difficult one to me when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
I mean, before you guys joined up with, you know, actual experience with marketing, I found very good success with Twitter,
Yeah.
which is kind of going down the drain right
Yeah.
now. But I'm cheating, by the way. Don't tell anybody. But yeah, no, I found very good success with Twitter. It's really easy to just grab a clip, put it on Twitter, and it usually gets really good reception when it comes to game deving stuff. A lot of people just love to follow game deving stuff on Twitter, especially if you have a very good video or GIF. It really works well. But Instagram's a difficult one. I have no idea how to, to do that, to just like post it and get a lot of likes and reactions out of it. I remember back when I was managing Instagram, it was, compared to Twitter, it was very not good.
Yeah.
When it comes to just like getting,
it's a lot harder
impression.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah. I feel like you have to have an already established fan base to then go into Instagram. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm not an expert here, but Twitter is just so much easier to start at from like having no followers. It just seems to be easier. It could also just be the fact that a lot of game devs are just a game dev community on Twitter is a lot more active than Instagram. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was a complete tangent. Go follow us on Instagram if you haven't already. Thank you.
There you go.
I would love to answer any more questions if we had any, but
let's see what else we got.
we can like speed through the rest of them if
speed
there's
run
any left.
through some questions. If you could live in SunnySide, whereabouts would you live? Where's your favorite area? Yeah.
My favorite area would be towards the back where Naka is. Yeah, I love that area. I think that area is really...
I love coming out and then you just got like the eating area with the waterfall behind it and everything. That's
it's really pretty. I'm
Really
actually
pretty.
gonna run there.
Yeah.
Let me do this. I'm gonna actually not run there. We can just do this.
What else we got? When was the moment that you knew that SunnySide was going to be a real game, or did you know that when you started it that it was going to become this big no matter what?
I have a good actually answer to this one. So, I was working on Foliage. This is before Kickstarter was even a thing. I was working on Foliage. I was putting the world together, just making some really random trees. I was never good at making trees, so I was just kind of learning that. But I put around the trees that I had made. There's still a clip of that on Reddit. I challenge you guys, go to find it if you want. And I was listening to a track from Skyrim, which is probably my 6th all-time favorite game. The track Far Horizons from Skyrim. And I was listening to that, and I was just slow moving through the map. And I just kind of paused for a moment, and I just looked around at the world and just the map. And it was terrible compared to what it is now. But I think that was the point that I thought this could be a real game.
Yeah.
Because the feeling that I had was so amazing, and I was thinking this could be something that other people could also enjoy. This feeling of just being in this world, with the weather and the wind and the trees and the clouds and everything. So that was the moment. And then now, these days, whenever I sit down and actually play the game like this, that just happens again. I'm like, oh no, this could be a real game. Holy crap. I forget about it sometimes when I'm just in the engine working. I'm gonna go sleep. All right. Question. Next.
Let's see. I think that's everything I've got.
Okay.
The ones I see. Oh, actually, you know what? One last one. The most important question of all of them. Is it GIF or is it GIF?
Oh, God. Right. My personal opinion that it is GIF because it stands for graphics interchange format or something like that. And I don't care if the person who made it said it's GIF. It's graphics, not giraffics. It's not like you can make a new thing. It's not like you can make a new strain of lemon and say, no, these are called oranges. No, that's not how it works. It's graphics, so it's GIF. You don't get to choose. So that's my strong opinion, that it's GIF and not GIF.
No, I'm with you on that. I say GIF. Yeah.
I don't care what the person who made it says.
It's like the debate, being like from the north in England, we have the debate of is it scones or is it scone? And it's like, scones, like the
pastry.
Pastries, yeah.
Yeah.
So people
I didn't know people call them stones.
People say scones and people say scone, and I say scones because I think of like it's spelt like bone or phone sort of thing. but I think it's like people in the
Ah,
south who go for scone.
scone.
But
That's fair.
yeah,
That's fair. Yeah,
big
I love
north-south
scones.
divide controversy there. So
What I was more confused about was when I figured out that Americans call a biscuit. That's pretty much what Americans call a biscuit. And I know
yeah,
it's different, but an American biscuit is very similar to a scone
yeah,
that we have in the UK.
mm,
But biscuit over here is like it's like something you have with tea, like digestive
yeah.
biscuits. But
Which is
that
more
is like
like
a
what they call in
cookie in
cookie. Yeah,
America.
yeah,
Yeah. But a cookie is a very specific thing with chocolate. I'm
yeah.
not gonna get into the debate. Next we're gonna talk about Fahrenheit versus Celsius.
Yes,
So
yeah.
no.
Anyways, yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's a good
I'm
note to
gonna
end it
stand in
on
a pretty spot while
with
we
the
end
rain.
it.
Nice, yeah. I
Yeah,
think that is a
rainy game.
good place to end it with a nice little backdrop.
Hmm.
That has been
Well,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me. No,
No,
it's been really fun.
thank you for being a part of
And
it.
yeah, I think there are more of these coming, right?
Yes, oh, 100%. So I've not decided who the next guest is. We'll figure it out, but I'm sure in the future, if you'd like to come back on, we'll happily have you. So,
Oh yeah, I think my suggestion actually is to once we have done multiple like people like solo sessions like this, we can then have one with
oh
more
yeah,
members of the
I
team
like
all
that.
at the same
Yeah,
time.
have
That'd be pretty
a
cool.
little group,
Yeah,
a little collective.
yeah,
I
true.
like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Um,
Yeah, thank you.
yeah. No. So that has been Let's Play Sunnyside episode 2. Again, thank you so much, Rainy, for taking us through
Yeah.
the amazing look of the game. And yeah, make sure if you've not watched the previous episode to go back and watch that. You can follow Sunnyside on all our socials. I don't know if I'll have it at this point. I've just made a new Sunnyside TikTok, but I'll be building that up. So we're going to have specified Sunnyside content on that TikTok.
Mm.
But I'm
Yeah, I'm
sure
gonna install TikTok finally, just for
just
this.
for this, just for this. So
Just for this.
you'll see in the coming weeks more content sort of being pushed onto there. But anyway, yeah, follow us on socials and keep an eye out for the next episode in Let's Play Sunnyside with Merge Games. So thank you very much. See you later.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Bye.
Thanks, Rennie. Bye.